gracious God, giver of every good gift, we thank you for the gift of this community of saints, in which some are students, and some are teachers, and some are parents, and some are grandparents. We ask your blessing, especially in this moment, upon Miss Carolyn Smith. We ask that you would fill her with comfort and encouragement and strength, and most especially your healing spirit. We ask your blessing upon those who are tending to her health, that you would fill them with all wisdom and skill and healing grace. And we ask your blessing upon her family, that their joy this day would be doubled as they celebrate Chad's graduation and also Carolyn's returning health and recovery. All this we humbly ask in the name of your Son, Jesus, who reached out his hands to those who were sick and said, "Be healed." Amen. Almighty God, you have blessed us all at St. Andrew's Episcopal School with the joy and care of children. You have given our teachers, parents, and students light and strength so to train and learn, that all of us might love whatsoever things are true and pure and lovely. You have given us grace to discern the good and to reject what is evil. You have created in us the capacity for wonder and knowledge and understanding on our lifelong exploration of the mysteries of your creation. For these and all the blessings of our lives, we give you thanks. This I pray in the name of your Son, our Savior Jesus Christ, who learned as a child, who became our teacher, and who calls us now out into the world as servants and friends. Amen.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is George Penick, and it's our pleasure today to honor the class of 2011 at this first ever morning graduation ceremony of St. Andrew's Episcopal School. St. Benedict teaches us that more than anything in life, we should be thankful. He teaches us to be thankful for every moment, to hold it holy, and to treat it as a treasure that can never be erased or forgotten. In that vein, we are truly thankful for this moment, for the wonderful weather, and for the presence of so many loving friends and family who have arrived today. We welcome the many who have been a part of these students' lives as they have grown towards this important moment of passage. Their parents and grandparents, their brothers and sisters, their aunts and uncles, their godfathers and godmothers, their cousins and their cousins once removed, their boyfriends and girlfriends, and their friends from church, summer camp, the neighborhood, and cups. After the baccalaureate last night, I told a parent that we would have 1,200 chairs set up this morning, and she said that her family would need at least half of them. Today, we are especially thankful for these young people, and we are thankful for all that they have given us during their time at St. Andrews. We also are thankful for the dedication of the St. Andrews faculty, which goes far beyond what one would normally expect, and they do it because of you, the students. After spending hours preparing for and pouring their hearts into their courses and classes, they then stay after school to give extra help, spend hours making costumes, take up tickets, coach both athletic and academic teams, advise clubs, write countless college recommendations, and on and on and on. And yet, as hard as this is to do, they would rather teach here than anywhere else, and the primary reason is the quality of the St. Andrews student. You give them your hard work in class. You give them your serious attention to serious matters along with your creative good humor to ones not so serious. And you give them your mature approach to things that are profound. The St. Andrews faculty give you so much because you give them so much in return. They enjoy being on your journey with you, and they are enriched by your engagement in your own learning and growth. Their passion in life has its roots in their own love of learning, but that innate passion is strengthened and renewed by the gift that you give them back in the form of affirmation and appreciation. You are the reason they work so hard every day, and you are the reason that they come back year after year after year. You make it all wow. So today, what I am truly thankful for is you, the graduating seniors, and for all that you have done to make St. Andrews so great. You are leaving St. Andrews better than you found it, and it is your many contributions to the school that we celebrate today. If you're following in your program, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not Gene Jones to accept a substitute this morning. However, before we begin the awards to the graduating class, to present a special recognition for the excellent work, it's my pleasure at this time, Susan Allenberger to the podium, Chadwick, head of the upper school, to announce this year's winner of the Allenberger Faculty Award.
We're so pleased to have Alex and Susan Allenberger with us this morning. They're longtime supporters of the St. Andrews community and have generously endowed 2 scholarships in loving memory of their son, Chris. Through the years, they've maintained a close connection with St. Andrews and now have grandchildren in the lower school. They join us on this occasion to present the Christian Alexander Allenberger IV Faculty Award. In December of 1985, Chris Allenberger, an energetic, witty 15-year-old boy who enjoyed hunting, drawing, and building, and dreamed one day of becoming an architect, was diagnosed with leukemia. Chris received his 8th grade diploma from his hospital bed, and in September 1986, Chris died at the age of 14. This award is given each year to a faculty member whose work exemplifies creativity, dedication, and a love of students. The award comes in the form of a stipend that is typically used for professional development or to assist in funding a specific project. This stipend benefits students and teachers while keeping Chris's memory alive in the hearts and minds of St. Andrews. One of my favorite quotes referencing education is, "The lesson you teach today is not the files of your classroom. Once it's implanted in the heart and the mind of a child, it can change the world." The recipient of this year's Allenberger Awards and helps him to see the world in a different way. Although this teacher has years of experience, she continues to learn. She's an incredible teacher, and her passion and knowledge for the subject matter is so evident. Her courses are demanding, and she expects academic excellence from her students with her forthright manner. Her advisory group is one of the best fed in the upper school. And beneath that sometimes gruff exterior is an extremely caring person. A green egg, multiple gadgets, new apps on her iPhone, a passion for history, an abiding love for the Episcopal tradition, the developer of the mentoring program. All of these point to one person. St. Andrews Episcopal School, I'm honored to present this year's Allenberger Faculty Award to the upper school history teacher, Donna Newlis-Patrick.
Congratulations, Donna, and again, our thanks to the Allenbergers for all that you and your family have meant to St. Andrews and continue to mean. Adele Franks was the first head of St. Andrews Episcopal School, and the Adele Franks Medal for Leadership recognizes the graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has demonstrated the qualities of leadership, initiative, and creative thinking that was exemplified in the lifelong achievements of Mrs. Franks. This morning, by vote of the faculty, This year's Adele Franks Award for Leadership goes to Parav Brombat. Parav, please come forward.
So before I get started, just two quick things. If my hat flies off, I'm sorry. It's a really windy day. And second, I'd like to thank my mother for everything she's given up and given to me. But, so. It is customary in the Indian tradition to pay one's respects to one's guru before one embarks on any journey, task, or in this case, a big speech. A guru, what a foreign word, right? Not really. The word guru has been adopted into Western culture so that it means anything from a financial expert to a yoga instructor. Even Mike Myers was called the love guru in his movie with Jessica Alba. In Sanskrit, the word guru is a combination of two words. The syllable gu represents the word for shadows, while the next syllable ru represents the word disperse. Thus, in Sanskritic terms, the word guru represents one who disperses shadows. The shadows can be of anything: the shadows of ignorance, the shadows of immorality, the shadows of improper yoga instruction. I feel that the importance of guru is not limited to just the Eastern Hemisphere. Guru is a part of every one of our lives. To me, the definition of guru as one who separates darkness from light is a very beautiful representation, but I prefer to think of the idea in much simpler terms. People have said that a guru is one who teaches or one who guides. To me, a guru is all of those things and more. A guru is a leader, a person of integrity that is fearless and bold. A guru is someone that is willing to courageously lead, even amidst opposition or adversity. Adele Franks was such a leader. She was the first headmistress of the school, and her greatest accomplishment was not simply being a woman amidst an administration of men. Adele Franks was a visionary. She was the woman that boldly strengthened the school's arts and music departments during a time when no one else was considering those disciplines as valuable aspects to a school curriculum. In my opinion, however, Adele Franks' greatest contribution to this school was her vision of the St. Andrews student. To her, the St. Andrews graduate was a person of strong character, high standards of integrity, and a variety of talents. Adele Franks was a person who wanted this school to create the leaders of tomorrow. Leadership is not something that one is born with, however. Yes, there are characters like Kobe Bryant and Kanye West who innately know how to act in ways that embody wise decision-making and very strong character. But the truest leaders of our society would not be the people they are without their teachers, their gurus. What would Simba be without his guru Rafiki? What would Mr. Chadwick be without his guru, Mr. Applegate? What would Sarah Palin be without her guru, Ariel, the Little Mermaid? In all seriousness, one is never born a leader. One learns leadership from a person who is willing to share it, a guru. As we embark on this next chapter in our lives, try to understand one thing. We have been influenced by a variety of people, from legends like Dr. Patterson to icons like Miss Patrick and Mr. Albright. In these 4 years of high school, we have been influenced by surroundings and events our parents, our peers, and our teachers have found worthwhile or appropriate. We have been influenced by them, and that influence has made us who we are today. As we move forward, we will decide who we become tomorrow. The choices we are about to make will define the people who we become. We are finally done with high school. Congratulations. Now, as we enter college, and in my opinion, true adulthood, we have the responsibility of making the choices and finding the influences that define who we will become. Regardless of what we decide to pursue, art, history, basket weaving, we will need to find a guru for those things. The burden falls upon us now to pick our gurus wisely so that we can become the leaders we are destined to be. Thank you.
Thank you, kindergartners, and thank you. Oh,
We won't have much noise.
live. Thank you, kindergartners, and thank you. Now, hope you can hear me back there. No? Sir? Testing. Testing. Okay. Once more, thank you, kindergartners, and thank you, kindergarten teachers, and Ms. Lawler. That was wonderful. It now is my pleasure to ask the chairman of the Board of Trustees of St. Andrew's Episcopal School, Stephanie Scott, to make the presentation of the Trustees Medal for Academic Achievement.
The Board of Trustees Medal is presented by the faculty to the graduating senior who throughout his or four upper school years at St. Andrews has earned the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of St. Andrews Episcopal School, it is my great pleasure to present this award to Aubrey Flowers. Aubrey.
Faculty, parents, family, friends, and especially fellow graduates. With the events of last Saturday in mind, it is with no small degree of relief and pleasure that I welcome you to this, the first post-apocalyptic commencement ceremony in St. Andrew's history. Rapture rejected though we may be, there's honestly no other group of people I would rather find myself among. In this coming together of family, educators, relatives, and friends of friends, and that guy in the back who just came here for the punch and cookies, I see living testaments to the faith, commitment, and variety which weave together human communities. So, I would like to begin by addressing those brave souls who make possible such a thriving and informed society, our teachers. You have dared the waters of adolescent impetuosity. You have competed with countless distractions such as classroom romance, student subterfuge, and, of course, Minesweeper. And still you have managed to instill in us discipline, curiosity, intellect, and an unceasing drive to seek knowledge and engender change. Your personal interest in our success, your passion, your open-mindedness, and your humor have indelibly marked each and every one of us. To you we owe a debt of gratitude too great to repay. And parents, you supported us through the years, invested your labor and time in our education, watched us grow into independent beings, and now are faced with the unenviable chore of letting us move out into the world. Teachers and parents, upon your innumerable uncelebrated sacrifices have been built the edifices of our future success. Would everyone please join me in thanking them now? Commencement is a day on which we graduates ruminate nostalgically on where we've been to see more clearly where we're going. But as I look back on my 13 years at St. Andrews, I cannot help but think instead of all that I have already forgotten and all that I will continue to forget. Just as you parents and teachers reminisce with fond but limited vision on your high school days, so too will our experiences here gradually fade and condense to fit in the overcrowded attic of our brains. Yet it is these few but fond remembrances that will shape our future by determining how we view our past. There is a fitting passage from Dostoevsky's masterwork, The Brothers Karamazov, that reads, "You must know that there is nothing higher and stronger and more wholesome and good for life in the future than some good memory, especially a memory of childhood, of home. People talk to you a great deal about your education, but some good, sacred memory, preserved from childhood, is perhaps the best education. If a man carries many such memories with him into life, he is safe to the end of his days. And if one has only one good memory left in one's heart, even that may sometimes be the means of saving us." What I took from this quote is that, more so than the passages we memorized, the instructions we received, or the grades we earned, it is the select, sacred memories we shared at this school that are the most valuable. Like that time during Peer Leadership Olympics, when certain dizzyback contestants lost all orientation and ran, despite ignorant of the screams of spectators, in full tilt in the spirit of competition, directly into the lake that sits behind me now. Or that day in 8th grade when someone extricated a 4-month-old pear from their locker, and after a crowd of curious onlookers circled around it, like scientists approaching an alien life form, Sam Martin proceeded to stomp on it, drenching witnesses in a moldy mist of pear bits. Seemingly silly though they may be, I know each person in our graduating class has their own random and vivid memories of our time here, and whether they capture a similar sentiment of blithe enjoyment and togetherness, or a more serious sentiment, such reminiscences will undoubtedly re-enter our consciousness years from now to remind us of how nice it was to be in this place among our friends and mentors. Furthermore, long after facts, equations, and figures are swept away in the currents of time, our memories of people and of events will serve to educate and inform our decisions. For instance, though I may not be able to recall the intricacies of the Latin language, I will never forget the impression of being in Mrs. Ricks's class, and I will always be inspired by the raw energy, passion, humility, and knowledge she brought to her subject. Though I may forget bits of arts law or the integral of arctan, Mr. Applegate's humor and Miss Mosley's unique balance of wit, discipline, and sympathy have left an everlasting mark on me. If you sit back and think about it, there are so very many people of whom we have fond impressions that will ultimately shape our character, and I only wish we had time enough to acknowledge their influence. And finally, recollections are the repositories from which we draw courage and self-awareness as we walk down the future paths unknown. Classmates, though it feels strange offering advice to you about our future as if I've been through college and seen these truths for myself, I will proceed to jettison some words of wisdom anyway. Feel free to ignore them. As we prepare to start anew, remember first that we will be beginners, setting out in a strange and new land, latent with possibility and as boundless as we can envision it. We will be unsure again about everything, faltering in our first steps, and invariably we will fail as beginners fail. But rather than clinging to the impossible and ultimately harmful mantle of perfection, embrace this disappointment. It is when things are their worst that we have the opportunity to push beyond the limits of our endurance and uncover talents we never knew were there. Secondly, be confident in the self-assurance and trust you have forged from years of education. Let the little memories of our successes, small and unceremonious though they may be, surviving that Dante test, writing that research paper for Miss Graham, studying for that AP Euro test, be a wellspring of fortitude and courage, a mobile catalog of our capabilities. Thirdly, recall with pride memories of your own uniqueness. Compare yourself to no one. Change yourself for no one. Determine your own definitions of success and failure, and forge your own path. And whenever you are lost, let your memories of this place, victories achieved, mistakes made, and regrets held, remind you of who you used to be and who you want to become. As Dostoevsky attested, memories are a source of sacredness, continual education, and empowerment. So grasp whatever recollections you can carry with you from this place, and employ them however you may in the future that now unwinds before you. Thanks.
Seniors, this is not the end, and this is not the beginning. This day is one of many in your arc of life. You will find happiness in life not by your record at St. Andrews, but by how well you handle the situations that life presents. Will you do your best when slacking off is an option? Will you be uncompromisingly honest when you may be able to get by with fudging the truth? Will you treat other people as equals when social pressures and their outward appearances may raise up some feelings in you of entitlement or superiority? In short, it is our hope that St. Andrews has prepared you to be able to obey the unenforceable. Will you do the right thing even when it is not rewarded? And harder still, will you do the right thing even when no one is watching? Will you be true to your own North Star even when the benefits of following it sometimes seem to be elusive or debilitating. Only you will be able to answer these questions, and in most cases, you will be the only one who knows how you answered them. It's my hope that you have learned that these choices that you make will be the ultimate determination of your success in life. Not just success as a business person or a professional or a politician, but your success as someone who is rich in the greatest gift that anyone can have, the ability to be real about who you are and to be thankful for all of the blessings that you have been given. So, after many years, 13 or more for many of you, it all boils down to the final words that you ever say together as a group. Last year, I realized that when the baccalaureate service ends, that all the students are reading aloud the last sentence of the last prayer that they will ever say together. That last sentence that you all spoke together not only ends the Eucharist service in a challenging and hopeful charge, but it also is a fitting final metaphor for the St. Andrew's mission. Those very last words that you all said together go as follows. Send us now into the world in peace, and grant us strength and courage to love and serve you with gladness and singleness of heart. Do you remember those last words that you said together last night? So by presenting these diplomas, we now send you into the world in peace. And we wish you strength and courage to love God and your fellow human beings, that you may serve them with gladness and singleness of heart. May God bless you on your journey. It's now time to award diplomas to those who, through their dedication and hard work, have earned the honor of a St. Andrew's diploma. I want to call upon Julia Chadwick, head of the upper school, to present the class of 2011.
Omer Mohammed Arain. Ebony Nicole Archie. Madeline Kelsey Balius. Matthew Hart Bayer. Duncan Thomas Becker. George James Bay IV. James Walker Blackston. Zachary Singleton Boozer. Carissa Noel Bowley. William Ramseur Boyles. Parab Sudhir Brahmbhatt. William Taylor Brain. Larkin Michelle Byers. Kelsey Rose Casano. William Bradford Chisholm III. Cadden John Christie. Benjamin Armstead Conway in absentia. Mallory Elizabeth Conway Lewis. Kyle Scott Couples. Kristen Elizabeth Dautenheim. Jacob Francis Figman. Aubrey Hilliard Flowers. Jacobus III. John Kyle Jenkins. Ethan Giles Johnson. Rebecca Lorraine Johnson. Kyle Alston Jones. Muzamil Kawaja. Ashley Lynn Ashley Lynn Kinsis. Laura Susan Landrum. Christina Sullivan Lace. Mary Michael Lindsay. Rachel Francis Love. Carson Ray Lyon. Naveen Vishnu Manisundaram. Samuel Batinho Martin. Robert Paul McAdory. Sharmila Shivan McBatra. Margaret Lee McDonald. Savannah Laughlin McDonald. Catherine Lee McDonald. William Earl McGee III. Corey Dixon McKinley. Corey Joy McMullen. Margaret Elizabeth Mendenhall. Ashley Amy Mendrop. Taylor Gray Mitchell. Taryn Lee Morgan. George Machescu III. Lindsay Ann Muller. Thea Denise Myers. Atsuko Nakeo. Christopher Scott V. William Edward Simmons. Nathan McCure Slater. Chadwick Preston Smith. Victoria Jane Smith. Grayson Joseph Smothers. Catherine Elena Stater. Emily Jeanette Street. Zoe Sabra Sullivan. Meredith Diane Uri. William Andrew Van Landenham. Alexander Malin Weiss. Candace Zozette Walker. Peyton Wright Watson. Brock Buchanan Westover. Andrew Lawson Whitehurst. Jessica Sumner Zayer. And that is the class of 2011.
Invite you to remain standing as you are able and join us in singing our school hymn, which may be found on the inside of the back cover of your program. Go now with God. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. Do not worry about anything, but in everything offer your work and love and laughter to the Holy One. And the peace of God, which passes all our understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. Finally, friends, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard, and the God of love will be with you this day and always. May the love of God fill you. May the joy of God overflow you. And may the peace of God pour you out into the world in love and courage with gladness and singleness of heart. Amen.